In order to see the true nature of the Earth, we have to remove a completely false narrative.
Very interesting. Here's what's happening. What you're seeing here
is photoshopped, but it has to be.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's for CGI because it looks so fake, honestly. You know, the colors all look kind of weird, and, you know, like everything looks too crisp.
Well, scientists have a name for it, but it's best explained as simply
the complete delusion.
If you narrow down the government to one person, it would be like, would you agree it'd be like, the government's kind of like John Gotti, right? Like a gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'd say the Earth is round because we've been told it's round.
This was not an actual Gemini mission. Nobody left the ground. Gemini did not abort. We have simply edited together an isolated launch with shots of the flight controllers simulating that launch. Like many other things in the space age, flight simulation is done by computers.
We leave you much that is undone. Breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
A former Nazi. Werner von Braun was an SS officer during World War II, and yet less than 2 decades later, von Braun was leading a team of NASA scientists, a team of Nazi scientists, a team of NASA scientists.
Our space satellite will have the shape of a wheel. This advanced space station will be headquarters for the final ascent to the moon. The resulting centrifugal force will produce an artificial gravity for the men.
Space is the new psychological frontier.
It is the desire to live in a science fiction movie, oppressing mankind into deception and slavery.
Ignorance is our security.
We went decades not understanding that people get handed your opinions by others.
Free and logical thought was stifled by a blank period of stupidity.
We're about to begin a journey through the cosmos.
You can see the stars.
I mean, it's black, but there's all kinds of little polka dots.
There's all the stars there.
There's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moons. You can see the zodiacal light.
Whoa.
When you get on stage and you get in the costumes and you start acting out a scene, is there a point where it starts to feel real?
Observers on every galaxy will see precisely the same thing.
Fictitious ideas about science woven through the narrative.
It was what the most learned among us taught without qualification.
We believe in science fiction.
But I think people are beginning to realise, because they're seeing the mess unfold in front of their eyes.
What was involved with this Big Bang?
In a tiny fraction of a second.
10,000 million.
Billion.
0.8, let's say
15
to the power of a Google.
Stars densely packed in the galactic core.
A world into a matchbox. Disappearing into a little point.
In which we float like a mote of dust in the morning sky.
What you just said is a complete delusion.
But that's an example where there's not something you can debate.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
Because we didn't go there.
If only we could get people to, as the modern phrase goes, think critically.
They want to attack me for not trusting criminals. Can you believe that?
Ignorance is our security.
And it's now in its final death spiral.
We begin to appreciate the grandeur of the achievement of classical civilization and the tragedy of its destruction.
We are a participant in the great unfolding of this cosmic story. It's spiritual.